Congrats on making it through the add up to 20 video and exercises. If you haven't made it through that, I recommend going back and doing that first, because subtract up to 20 definitely depends on add up to 20. As you can see, we're starting off with an addition activity. So on this one, you're going to try to turn the 9 into 18. So add on to 9 until it turns into 18. And if you're looking at our visual aid here, first thing you do is fill in a block to make it 10. And then once it's 10, you only need 8 more to turn it into 18. So 1 plus 8 is 9. And if you think about that, you were practicing the add up to 20 activity just a short time ago, that you know that 9 plus 9 equals 18. So you get to double check your work here. You add 1, and then you add 4, and that's how you turn 9 into 14. You add 1, and then you add 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, and that's how you turn 9 into 11. Everything with add and subtract up to 20 is all about turning one number into another number, going through the 10, and then adding on the extra ones. So here, you're trying to turn 8 into 17. You need to add 2 blocks, and then you need to add 7. And 2 plus 7 is 9, and you just practice doing the add up to 20. If you take 1 from the 8 and you put it with the 9, it will turn into 10 plus 7. So you should be able to do this one. It's literally the exact same thing. All you're trying to do is turn 9 into 12. And if you just got through that last activity, you can see that you need 1 to turn 9 into 10, and then 2 more to turn 10 into 12. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and that is how you turn 9 into 12. In order to turn 9 into 13, you first add 1, and then you add 3, and that's 4. So even with a bigger one like this, you add 1 to turn 9 into 10, then you need 8 more, and 1 plus 8 is 9. With 8, the only difference is you need to add 2 to turn the 8 into 10. So let me just draw this one out to make sure it's clear. First you add 2, and then there are 6 more to go when you're trying to turn 8 into 16. And so 2 plus 6 is 8. And if you want to double check this, I think a great way is by adding these two numbers back up. And you've made it through first grade, which means you've already practiced the fact family one. You maybe know that these two numbers are supposed to add up to make this number. So, good way of double checking what you're doing. You see why it's so important to be good at adding before you try to attempt subtracting, because subtracting depends on adding. Now, this is the same thing. It is just that we are adding up from a lower number. So from 6, in order to turn that into 10, you need to add 4. And then there are 5 more. So 4, let me draw that in too, just to be clear. Again, you're trying to go from 6 to 15. You need to add 4 to turn the 6 into 10. And then you need to add 5 more to turn the 10 into 15. So 4 plus 5 is 9. And then you can verify with your mental math. If you take 1 from the 6 and put it with the 9, it turns into 10 plus 5, 15. And remember, at the beginning of the first video, I told you the goal of all of this was to learn how to do this without using your fingers. And even if this is taking a little bit of time in the beginning, eventually your brain will learn how to do this very fast if you just trust the process and do it this way, because you start to see that 3 and then 5, and 3 plus 5 is 8, and you know that 7 plus 8 is 15, because you can take 2 from the 7, and you put it with the 8, and 5 plus 10 is 15. mental math makes this really fast. 4 for 6, because you're trying to turn 6 into 15. I'll write this one out too. One more. You're trying to turn 6 into 15. So first you need to add 4 to turn 6 into 10. And then you need to add 5 more to turn 10 into 15. And 4 plus 5 is 9. What I notice is that you either kind of see what's going on and you do this fast, or it's taking your brain a little bit of time to really see the pieces, and that's okay. If it takes you a little bit longer, there's still plenty of time to learn how to do this right. You want to learn how to do this because you will not have to use your fingers for the rest of your life. If your brain just automatically learns how to pick this up, it really is a fun thing because you don't have to think too hard when you're looking at one like this. I mean, for me, I see 3 to get to 10, 5, and 3 plus 5 is easy, 8. And if I start to second guess myself, I go, okay, I can take 2 from the 7 and put it with the 8, so it turns into 10 plus 5, and that's 15. And, once you start getting a lot of these right in 9 seconds, you start to get pretty confident that you're good at this. So I think you guys can get there too. For this one, of course, it's the exact same thing. We're always trying to turn the smaller number into the bigger number. For subtraction, we're trying to turn this second number into this first number. And so you need to add 4 to get to 10. And then you need to add these 5 more to get to 15. And 4 plus 5 is 9. Again, you see I've been using the exact same process for all of these exercises. You add 4 because it's 6, and then you add 1 to get from 10 to 11, and 4 plus 1 is 5. When it's 7, you need to add 3 to get from 7 to 10. See those 3 blocks right there? Because you're trying to turn these 7 into these 12. So 3, and then 2, 5. All right, this last one is just going from lower numbers, but because you've been practicing all of the other ones, you know that 7 goes with it, right? So hopefully when you see the 3 and you see these 3, you also kind of quickly see these 7, and 7 plus 1 is 8. And then 8 plus 3, again, you can take 2 from the 3, and you add it over. This is 3, you need 7 to get to 10, and then you need 2 more, so 7 plus 2, 9. Here you're at 5, you need to add 5 more to get to 10, and then 3 more, 8. 4, you see the 6 that you need, and then 3 more, and 6 plus 3 is 9. If you take 1 from the 4 and you add it in, and maybe even when you get to this exercise, your brain just kind of starts filling in the numbers for you without you having to think about it. Eventually it will get to that point if you do it right. It will never get to that point if you count on your fingers. So again, trying to turn 4 into 13. You add 6 to get to 10, 3 more to get to 13. That's 9. You are at 5. You are trying to turn 5 into 11. So you need to add these 5 blocks and then 1 more, so 6. All right, this video has been long enough. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.